Godzilla Kong the New Empire just came out this week, and so, in terms of the franchise for Godzilla and its 70th year anniversary, we are not too sure what is going to happen with the franchise. But today I'll be talking down the things that have been announced and will possibly come for Godzilla in the future of the franchise. So buckle up and let's have a deep dive. Let's first start off with the Monsterverse, which I think most people know where the Monsterverse is going. And that's because Godzilla x Kong the New Empire has so far made $215 million on its opening weekend. And I mean, it might surpass all the other Monsterverse films in terms of box office success. Adam Wingard has already said that he wants to make a third chapter in Godzilla vs. Kong. So the chances of us getting a third Godzilla vs. Kong movie are more likely. Also, Adam Wingard did talk about how he wants the next Godzilla vs. Kong movie to be more of a Godzilla story and have Godzilla 80% of the time in the film. He also mentions that he wants Dan Stevens' character from Godzilla x Kong the New Empire to have his own TV series, which I'm not too sure about. I'm kind of mixed on. As well as with Godzilla having more screen time. While I do think his screen time was lacking in Godzilla x Kong, I feel like Kong should be like the main character in this series, because I mean they already established that Kong is the main character and the audience roots for Kong. In terms of like a movie going like thing, I would say that Kong probably needs to have more screen time. It's not that I hate Godzilla, I love Godzilla in these movies, it's just that I feel like Kong is more of a likable character or more of a likable monster than compared to Godzilla. So I feel like in the next movie, I do feel like they just should still kind of continue with Kong being the main character. But I mean, it would be still cool to have more Godzilla scenes, and I do really love Godzilla in the Monsterverse so far. I think he's so far really cool. So, I mean, that's that. Godzilla vs. Kong 3 is coming very soon. In terms of Monarch Legacy of the Monsters, obviously the first season did super well on Apple TV+. The chances of us getting a season 2 are very, very likely. Obviously, the showmakers of Monarch Season 1 have just mentioned that they probably won't be making a Season 2 or haven't made it yet. But so far, I feel like they're definitely going to make Season 2, just because after the cliffhanger on the end of the Season 1 of Monarch Legacy of Monsters. So I feel like we're going to, see more of Monarch Season 2. We'll eventually get it on Apple TV+. But so far, I'm not too sure about filming and stuff yet. So what do you guys think about Monarch Season 2? And what do you expect from it? And do you think there'll be a Season 3 as well? As far as Skull Island goes, I'm not too sure about that. So far, it didn't do too well, so I don't think it's getting any seasons. While Legendary is easy to predict, Toho is kind of complicated. Whilst we did get a lot of Godzilla stuff last year with -1 and everything, this year, Toho has to have a full bang with the franchise, because this year is Godzilla's 70th year anniversary. Yes, it's been 70 years of Godzilla since 1954, with the original Godzilla movie in 1954. And so, I do reckon that Toho would definitely really, really hype up Godzilla's 70th year anniversary and go out with a full bang this year. I think there will definitely be lots of merchandise released. We'll probably see a few Godzilla 54 figures, as well as possibly a memorial box set for Godzilla's 70th year anniversary. However, this year also marks Mechagodzilla's 50th year anniversary, which the Godzilla store and stuff, they usually have merchandise and stuff based on the 50th year anniversary of lots of characters in the films. Also, we have Ghidorah's 60th year anniversary, which they're also celebrating. So far, there have been keychains, stickers, and other merchandise released where you can get from the Godzilla store. And so let's hope there are going to be more figures of Mechagodzilla and Ghidorah. However, one thing I really, really want to see this year is the Gemstone Godzilla shorts return. Yep, that's right, I've been loving the Gemstone Godzilla shorts ever since Godzilla vs. Gigan Rex and Godzilla vs. Megalon that we had last year. So, please, we need one Godzilla Gemstone short. I know it's connected to the Heisei era, well, as it assumed, it's not really, 100% truth, but let's hope we get Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla Gemstone film. And I know what people are going to say, is they're going to use Super Mechagodzilla because it's connected to the Heisei series. No, I want maybe a new Mechagodzilla to face against the Gemstone Godzilla. Honestly, it would be cool to have Super Mechagodzilla back to fight the Gemstone Godzilla, because I think that would be so cool. And especially because I want one of these shorts this year. Or maybe because of 60th year anniversary, we could have Ghidorah this year as well, fight against the gemstone Godzilla. But I know most Heisei people and Godzilla fans are going to be like, we already had Ghidorah in the Heisei series, you know, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. And it's like, come on, we just want to see, like, this gemstone Godzilla face against the Ghidorah. So anyways, I really want one of these shorts. Hopefully Gemstone and Toho definitely bring to light one of these shorts for Mechagodzilla and Ghidorah's 70th and 80th, 60th year anniversary. Moving on to possibly future Toho Godzilla movies, especially -1, because -1 has become one of the most popular movies of all time, or one of the best movies of last year, that it even won Best Visual Effects at the Oscars. That was super amazing and such a heartwarming moment when Takashi Yamazaki finally got his dreams. But so far, it hasn't been confirmed if -1 is going to get a sequel. I mean, Toho hasn't really, thought about it yet. However, Takashi Yamazaki has mentioned that he does have a story for Godzilla -2. And I think I can trust him a bit more with Godzilla -2. I don't want it to have another director in the hands of this movie because -1 is a perfect movie, a perfect standalone Godzilla film. And I do feel like Takashi Yamazaki knows what he's doing with this sequel because he has mentioned that. So please, Toho, just give it to Takashi Yamazaki or just leave the -2 alone. But to expect from the sequel, I really want a remake of Godzilla Raids again. And that is having this Godzilla face against Anguirus again, this time a remade version of it. Plus, we have never got Anguirus in the franchise ever since Godzilla Final Wars. I guess you can count the King of the Monsters scene with the skeleton, but that was just a cameo. But that's just my predictions for the second Godzilla -1 film. It's really all up to Takashi Yamazaki at the end of the day, and Toho. I mean, to be honest, I do feel like -1 should be a standalone movie. I don't feel like it really deserves that much of a sequel because it was such a perfect movie. So I feel like Toho's going to do what they did with Shin Godzilla and just make it a standalone film and then just wait like another 5 or 6 years for another Godzilla movie that's going to come very soon. But one thing I want Toho to do, and I know this is very unlikely, but still though, very impossible to happen, and that's a full budgeted remake of Destroy All Monsters. Destroy All Monsters in the modern day would be so awesome. I would shut up and take my money. Like, that would be such a great idea, Toho, to make a Destroy All Monsters remake. This time I wouldn't use -1, I would just use a different Godzilla canon, but I feel like unfortunately it will never happen. Then, in terms of Singular Point, I don't think there will be a season 2, and to be honest, I don't really that much like Godzilla Singular Point. I just thought it was kind of meh, but I think in terms of season 2, I reckon around 50% likely to get a season 2. But I think the most important movie that's going to come out, that's going to set to release April 16th, 2025 on Cretaceous-Zilla's 5-year anniversary is Godzilla Rex. That's the most upcoming Godzilla movie, guys. You should go and watch that. So that's going to be up on April 16th. That's right, Godzilla Rex, directed by me and produced by me, is releasing next year. So what do you guys think Toho and Legendary are going to do in the Godzilla franchise continuing forward? And what do you think will happen on the 70th year anniversary of Godzilla? So far, we are not too sure, but the only question is only time will tell. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next adventure.